Session 2 is all about getting ready to teach. So in the first session we've looked at the reflective practice and what makes a good teacher and the attributes of a good teacher, and then in session 2 we actually look at getting ready to teach, so that the actual planning of teaching. So we look at lesson plans, we look at schemes of work, we look at how we can develop schemes of work. We tend to look at also expectations in a little bit more detail. So what can the students expect from you as a teacher? It's very, very difficult if you get off on the wrong foot and you come across as being inaccessible and sort of authoritative. I think that gives the wrong impression, and I think it's good practice to get that right and to know how to get that right and what we can and can't expect from our students. I tend to make my expectations with my students, so we go through them together, and we draw up a list of expectations, me from them and them from me, and I think if we're all in agreement with them, if you're in agreement with them, with your students, then it does make for a better learning environment. The main text I think I would recommend anybody for the whole of these sessions, and it will be repeated, is the Gibbs and Habershaw book, which is the work on preparing to teach, which is it's an introduction to teaching in higher education, which is a good basic grounding, which covers a lot of the subjects that we look at in these 6 sessions in a lot more detail. So that's sort of the core text, if you like. My key tip to any GTA who's starting off teaching is that you plan. That you plan your sessions and you plan them well, and that you get your expectations across to your students right from the very beginning. What's acceptable, what's not acceptable, and why it's not acceptable, and also what they can expect from you. And I think if you get that right, so if you've got your lesson planned and you've got your expectations, I think you're starting off on a good foot. It will give you that confidence